6 Pokémon. All of them babies. All of them so small right now, they could fit in the palm of my hand.
And every single one of them is going to evolve into something that could destroy a mountain, starting right now.
Today, I'm going to raise the most powerful Pokémon team that has ever existed in real life. But right now, none of them know that yet. Right now, they're just tiny, confused, and honestly, a little scared. The first member of our team, Magikarp. And I already know what you're thinking. Out of every Pokémon alive, this one? He can't attack. He can barely move. The only thing he knows how to do is flop around like he forgot how to exist. Yeah, he just flopped off the table 3 times. He seemed satisfied after the 3rd attempt and just accepted his life.
But this flopping little disaster is going to become a Gyarados, one of the most terrifying sea monsters ever. That transformation is coming.
I put him in a bowl of water so he'd stop flopping off things. He looked genuinely relieved. I believed in him already. Next, Riolu, fighting type. The moment I set him down, he didn't run, didn't panic. He just stood there and stared at me. He walked to the highest spot in the room, sat down, and just meditated. Day 1. I genuinely felt like I should be taking notes.
This guy is going to become a Lucario, a steel warrior with aura powers. He's going to be the heart of this team.
This is Larvitar, rock and ground type. Right now, he is literally the size of a golf ball. I almost sat on him this morning. He's so small, I had to draw a circle around him on the floor just so I wouldn't lose him. He rolled away twice. Already.
This golf ball is going to become a Tyranitar, a 6-foot armored dinosaur, one of the rarest, most destructive Pokémon alive.
This is Dratini. She's a dragon type, which already...
Dragon types are some of the hardest Pokémon to find in the wild.
She looks like she knows something you don't.
She probably does. She's going to become a Dragonite, a dragon that can circle the entire globe in 16 hours. She's already taking a nap.
Next, Ghastly, ghost and poison type. He doesn't have legs, feet, or hands. He is literally just a floating cloud of purple gas with eyes.
He went invisible, drifted through 3 walls, and reappeared inside the refrigerator. I found him in there staring at the leftovers. Ghastly is going to become Gengar, one of the most iconic, terrifying Pokémon ever created. Right now he's haunting my fridge. It's fine.
And last, Eevee. He was running before I even set him down. He knocked 3 things over in the first 4 seconds. I love him.
Eevee can evolve into 8 completely different Pokémon. Fire, water, dark, psychic. We don't know what he's going to become yet.
He pounced at something invisible, fell off the couch, shook himself off, and then looked at me like I was the one who made a mistake.
6 Pokémon, 6 different types, all babies, all with absolutely no idea what they're about to go through. Let's get started.
Okay, these 6 cannot just live anywhere in the house. Magikarp is flopping on the floor, Ghastly is inside the wall, Eevee has my shoe.
So I'm building each of them a custom habitat. 6 Pokémon, 6 completely different types, 6 completely different homes. Starting now. Magikarp's habitat is a large water tank, rock ledge on one side, underwater plants, a little sunken ship. Because it felt right for him.
The second I put him in the water, he stopped flopping completely. He just glided. Like he finally remembered he was a fish.
Then he immediately tried to jump out. 3 times. He hit the lid twice. I don't know what he was trying to reach. Neither does he.
For Riolu, I built a dojo. Bamboo walls, dirt floor, a punching post, a fire pit, and a raised platform for meditating. He earned this.
He walked every corner, examined everything, then went straight to the meditation platform and sat down. He didn't even look at the punching post. 2 hours later, he found the punching post. I don't know what happened in those 2 hours. I think he was just warming up. Larvitar got an underground cave, stone tunnels, packed soil, dim amber light, dark, rocky, and honestly a little intimidating for a golf ball. I placed him in. He rolled to the darkest corner, sat down, and stared at the wall. He has been there for 40 minutes. He seems fine.
Dratini's habitat is half-flowing river, half-grassy bank. I added lily pads, smooth stones, and a small waterfall. It came out stunning, honestly.
She barely reacted at all, just slid in and started swimming in slow, perfect loops, like she's been living there for years. She is 4 months old. Ghastly doesn't need food or water. He needs atmosphere. So I gave him dark walls, candles, a fog machine, and one mirror. I don't know why the mirror. I just felt it. He went straight to the mirror, stared at himself for 4 full minutes. I have no idea what he was thinking. I don't think I want to know.
Eevee needed the most space, so I gave him a grass floor, a climbing structure, a tunnel, a dog bed, and 15 different toys. It looks like a daycare. He sprinted through the tunnel.
Six habitats, all finished. Each one built for exactly the Pokémon that lives in it. This took me 2 days and I'm not going to talk about it.
Now these 6 need to eat. Each one gets something different. Some of these are normal food. One of them eats rocks. We're going in order. I dropped minnows in his tank. He missed the first 4. He caught the 5th and looked like he just won a championship. He deserved it.
Riolu got rice and a hard-boiled egg. He sniffed it once, looked at me, and ate the entire bowl in 9 seconds. He was training his jaw, obviously. Larvitar eats rocks. That's it. That's his whole diet. I gave him one. He crunched through it like it was a cracker. I watched this happen. Dratini got a Phoebus. She wrapped around it and swallowed it in one motion. The most elegant thing I have ever seen. It was also a little terrifying. Ghastly doesn't eat food. He absorbed the fear energy from a spider that wandered in. The spider is fine, I think. I chose not to investigate. Eevee got a Poképuff, a frosted pastry that makes Pokémon bond with you more. He ate it in one bite and is still looking for a second one.
6 Pokémon, 6 completely different meals. All of them fed, all of them alive. Day 1, officially complete.
After 2 weeks, the second I set them all down, they completely stopped. Stopped looking at me and started looking at everything else. Every single one of them. Riolu didn't move. He just scanned the tree line, left to right, slow, like he was already mapping every threat within 200 meters. Dratini heard the stream before any of us did. She turned, glided through the grass, and was gone. She didn't ask anyone. She just went. Eevee sniffed the air, bolted into the tall grass, and disappeared in 2 seconds flat. I watched the grass rustling. He was already somewhere else. Larvitar climbed his first rock, stood on top for about 2 seconds, then rolled directly off the back into a mud patch. Ghastly drifted straight up into the canopy and vanished. I didn't see him again for 20 minutes. I didn't look for him either. That felt correct.
Magikarp was in a portable carrier. He was splashing so hard the entire thing was shaking. He knew there was a river nearby. He was furious I wasn't moving faster.
The moment he hit real river water, he changed. A wild Goldeen bumped him aside without even trying. Magikarp hit a rock, got back up, got bumped again, got back up again, every single time. Riolu had wandered ahead of everyone, and 50 meters in, a wild Hitmonchan dropped out of a tree directly in front of him. Territorial, angry, twice his size. Hitmonchan threw first. Riolu shifted sideways and hit back with a force palm dead center in his chest before I even processed what happened. He won in under 2 minutes, and then he sat back down and meditated, like nothing happened, like he does this every morning. He might. Larvitar discovered he can go underground. He just sank into the dirt and came back up somewhere else. He looked genuinely shocked it worked. He practiced this move all week, which is how I found out he'd been using it indoors. He came up through my living room floor, 3 tiles, gone. Ghastly had spent 20 minutes drifting through every house on the street. I know this because my neighbor's decorative koi fish was gone. I sent a card. Dratini had been coiling around trees every single morning to build core strength. Her scales were already changing color. She was preparing for something. Eevee was learning new moves every day. He was also carrying a sock around, fighting his own reflection, and living inside a cardboard box. Multitasking. 3 hours in, Dratini was alone by the stream. The trees shook first, then a wild salamence came through the canopy. Fast, locked onto her. Riolu heard the roar from 200 meters away. His eyes snapped open, and he was already running before I could even see what was happening. Riolu hit Salamence from the side with a running force palm. Didn't stop him, but knocked him off course. Bought everyone exactly enough time. Then Ghastly dropped from the canopy above Salamence and flooded his head with dream energy. Salamence started spiraling. He couldn't focus on anything. And then Eevee ran out of the bushes and bit Salamence on the tail. Did it do damage? No. Did he let go? Also no, for 45 seconds. Salamence left, and for the first time, all 6 of them were standing together. Not as strangers anymore, as something that was starting to become a team. Over the next few weeks, they trained. They fought. They lost some. They won more. And every single day, they came back stronger than the day before. They were getting stronger every day, all 6 of them. But something in the forest had been watching them the entire time. And it wasn't alone. It happened on a Tuesday night. Everything was calm. All 6 of them were asleep. The sanctuary was quiet. And then, it wasn't. I saw the lights in the tree line first. Orange, black, crackling. The birds were gone. The leaves stopped moving. Something was already here. 3 of them, from 3 different sides at the same time. Weavile, Spiritomb, and in the back, Darkrai, a legendary Pokémon, standing in my backyard. All 3 attacked at the same time. Our team barely had a second to wake up before the battle was already happening around all of them. Weavile went straight for Riolu, both of them moving so fast I could barely track it. Weavile was bigger, more experienced, and Riolu was losing ground. Larvitar hit Spiritomb with a rock slide. It went straight through him. Spiritomb doesn't have a body. The rocks did nothing, and Larvitar was already cornered. Ghastly tried to engage Darkrai directly. Darkrai hit him with a Dark Void and he went down hard. Out cold. First one down. And it happened in seconds. Eevee was running the perimeter trying to help everywhere at once. Every direction he moved, something cut him off. He couldn't find a way in. Dratini hadn't moved. She was in the river, completely still. But the water around her was shaking. She was charging something. And she needed time. Weavile landed a Night Slash across Riolu's chest. Hit him hard. Riolu slid back and went down on one knee. Weavile was already walking toward him.
And then I saw it. Riolu's eyes opened. That shimmer, the one that was always quiet, always building, exploded outward. The whole sanctuary shook.
He stood up, taller, sharper, steel markings, aura burning in his eyes. Riolu was gone. Lucario was standing in the same spot, and Weavile stopped walking. Lucario charged 1 Aura Sphere. 1. Fired it directly at Weavile. Weavile left the sanctuary at high speed and did not come back. Smart choice. Spiritomb had Larvitar completely pinned, dark energy pressing him from every side. He couldn't move, couldn't fight back. Spiritomb has almost no weaknesses. But Larvitar, this tiny rock that had been rolling around eating dirt for months, had never once stopped believing he was going to be the strongest thing alive.
The shell cracked, then cracked again, bigger, and then Tyranitar was standing in the corner of the sanctuary. The entire ground shook when he roared.
Spiritomb, who had been crushing a golf ball 30 seconds ago, now had a Tyranitar walking toward him. He left, fast. I don't blame him at all.
Darkrai watched both of them go. Then he turned around, and everything he had was now aimed at Eevee, Ghastly, and Dratini, all at once. Darkrai's nightmare energy hit Eevee directly. He went down, but instead of staying down, the dark energy around him started moving inward, into him. The dark energy Darkrai had just used against Eevee was exactly what Eevee needed. Black fur, golden rings, Umbreon. He had been waiting for this his whole life. Umbreon locked eyes with Darkrai. The darker it got, the brighter his rings burned. He was the one type of Pokémon Darkrai's power made stronger, not weaker. And in the river, Magikarp had been watching the whole battle. Every hit, every fall, every moment his team struggled. He had seen all of it. Then the river started shaking. The water level rose. Something was breaking the surface. Something that hadn't been there before. Something much, much bigger. Gyarados rose out of that river 21 feet of blue sea dragon, roaring loud enough to shake every tree in the yard. The fish that used to fall off tables.
Dratini released. Gyarados fired. Lucario, Tyranitar, Umbreon all at once. Every attack hitting the same point.
And then everything went white. The fog lifted. Darkrai retreated. And standing in the sanctuary were 5 evolved Pokémon and 1 sea dragon in a river. They had won. For now. By morning, I had fixed what I could. The team was still, tired, but all of them breathing, all of them alive. That was enough. For now. Darkrai had retreated, but I found out where. There was a mountain at the edge of the region covered in storm clouds that hadn't moved in 3 days. Any Pokémon that wandered near it fell into a comatose nightmare sleep. The storm was getting wider every day. If we didn't stop it, it would reach the towns. At 3 in the morning, a light outside woke me up. Dratini was hovering above the river surrounded by blue light. And then Dragonite was sitting on the bank. Ghastly had also evolved into Gengar sometime during his recovery. He didn't tell anyone. He was just suddenly there, grinning. He's always grinning now.
6 Pokémon, all of them fully evolved, all of them ready. The same team that started as babies I could hold in one hand. Standing like this, we left that morning. All 6 of them moving toward the mountain together. No hesitation, no turning back. They already knew what we were walking into. The dream fog hit us halfway up. Thick, purple, heavy enough that I could barely see my own hands. It wasn't just fog. It was trying to put you to sleep. Wild Steelix, Aggron, Garchomp, all of them down, frozen in nightmare sleep on the trail. The most powerful wild Pokémon on this mountain, unconscious like toys. At the summit, Darkrai was already there, bigger than before. The mountain had been feeding him for days. He looked down at us like this was already over. He didn't wait. No standoff, no speech. Darkrai swept a dark void across the entire summit the second we arrived. All 6 scattered instantly. Gengar moved first, ghost type, immune to dream energy. He absorbed Darkrai's dark void and fired a shadow ball before Darkrai could reset. First hit, it landed. Tyranitar charged from the left. Darkrai went up, completely out of reach, and hit him with a nightmare blast. Tyranitar stumbled. He looked confused. Not good. Lucario got him mid-air, launched from a rock formation, charged an aura sphere in under a second, and drove it directly into Darkrai's chest. Second hit. Then Darkrai split into 4 identical copies moving in 4 directions at once. 4 targets, none of them obviously real. The team had no idea which one to hit. Umbreon moved to the center. His rings started pulsing, brighter in one direction. He was reading the dark energy. He found the real one in under 30 seconds. Umbreon fired Moonblast at each false form one by one. Every copy detonated, and the real Darkrai was left standing alone, cornered, extremely angry. Darkrai rose into the storm clouds, both arms out. The sky got darker. The dark pulse building between his hands was bigger than anything we'd seen. This was everything he had. Dragonite flew straight up, through the storm clouds, above them, into sunlight that the rest of us couldn't see from below. Wings spread, She was above everything.
And from a reservoir at the mountain base, Gyarados erupted, rising to meet Dragonite above, one above Darkrai, one below. The same fish that used to fall off tables.
Both charged at the same time. Dragonite from above, Gyarados from below. Two hyper beams, orange and blue, converging on the same single point. The two beams hit Darkrai's dark pulse at the same point. The explosion blew the storm clouds apart. Light came through for the first time in days. Then silence. When it cleared, all 6 of them were still standing. Breathing hard, some of them hurt, but every single one of them still on their feet. Still there. Darkrai was down, his energy was gone, and across the entire mountain, the dream fog dissolved. Every Pokémon that had been asleep on the trail started waking up. The sun came up over Shadow Peak for the first time in days, and standing in it, all 6 of them. The most powerful Pokémon team in real life, right there.
Flopping fish that couldn't catch a minnow to Gyarados. From a golf ball in a mud patch to Tyranitar. This is what they became. I gave them all snacks. Subscribe.